Hello, this is Dr. Anita Knight, and welcome to this SPSS tutorial on the independent samples t-test. The first step in conducting an independent samples t-test is to set up the variables. In order to do that, we click on the tab identified as variable view in the bottom left corner of SPSS, and the variable is called skilled counselor scale total score, and it's abbreviated as SCS underscore total. This is listed. We identify that this is a scale level variable. Remember, there's 4 scales of measurement: nominal, which represents categories; ordinal data, which represents rank ordered data; and then there's actually ratio data, which has an absolute 0, and interval data, which has equal intervals between each data point. And SPSS actually categorizes interval data and ratio data as scale level data. So we're going to select scale level data. And then the next variable to enter in is group, which is a nominal variable, because these numerals are going to represent categories, where 1 is listed as a value here that represents the label control group. Then next we'd enter in 2 and the label treatment group, and add these and click OK when complete. And then we want to click on the bottom left tab data view to return to the data view, and then this data has been pasted in from our data set in the Word document for SPSS exercise 2 that contains the skilled counselor scale total scores for our sample of 20 counseling students in a clinical mental health counseling program. And then here is the treatment variable. The first 10 are in the treatment group, which is identified by the numeral 2, and the second 10 are in the control group, represented by the number 1. In order to conduct the independent samples t-test, we go up to the menu and click on Analyze. A drop-down menu appears, and since we want to actually compare the mean of the treatment group to the mean of the control group via the independent samples t-test, we would mouse over Compare Means. Since the independent samples t-test allows us to do that, we click on Independent Samples t-test, and a dialog box appears. Now, when this dialog box appears for the first time, these variables will not be listed on the right. They'll actually be on the left. We need to identify which variable is the test variable. So we select skilled counselor scale total as the test variable, and then for the grouping variable we select the variable group. Now we want to define our group so that SPSS knows what these variables mean. So group 1 is defined as the number 1. This is the control group. Group 2 is defined by the value or the number 2 for the treatment group. Click Continue and OK. And SPSS runs the independent samples t-test, and we can see the group statistics here. Our N values for our control and treatment group are 10 respectively, and our means for each group: the mean for the control group is 47.6 and the mean for the treatment group is 47.4. So we can see that there is an actual difference, but it's ever so slight. In order to find out if this actual difference is statistically significant, we conducted this t-test, but we see that the significance levels here are the significance level here is above 0.05, which is our cutoff. So the researcher would have to reject, would have to fail to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that there is no difference between the mean of the control group and the mean of the treatment group. So there would we did not find a statistically significant difference in this specific incident. So this output is actually contrary to the researcher's hypothesis, which would indicate that the treatment group mean on the skilled counselor scale would be higher than the control group's mean after they experience their training. So in order to write up an APA-style results section, Green and Salkin's text is recommended. The name of the text is Using SPSS for Windows and Macintosh, and Lesson 24 provides an example of an APA results section for an independent samples t-test. Thank you.